back to my YouTube. And this is my second video of the day. And this one is just about postpartum depression and baby blues and what I went through after having my second child and also my first. My first child, Jabari, after having him. Okay, first off, having a child is a huge responsibility. I'm sure everybody knows, and also it takes a toll on not only your body but also your mind, which I really didn't think about when I first had Jabari. I wasn't thinking, you have to have your mentality straight before you even have a child, because having a child can make everything, any old depression you used to have, anxiety, it can really bring all of it out. And after having Jabari, my anxiety and worry, it was like at 100. And to the point where I just didn't want to leave my room. I didn't want to go in the living room. I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't even want to use the bathroom half the time. I did though. I just wanted to just lay in bed under the covers and just lay with Jabari and just stay there. Like, door closed, movie on, and just lay there and forever. Like, I did not want to go outside at all. And I didn't see anything wrong with that. I just thought, okay, this, because I'm not that educated on mental disorders or postpartum depression or anything like that. So I wasn't thinking it was postpartum depression. I was just thinking I just don't want to get out of bed. I just, it's just, a feeling. It's just a mood. It's just something that I'm going through. I wasn't thinking anything serious. So I didn't talk to anybody about it. I just went through it. I went through it by myself, and I got out of it by myself. I just kept encouraging myself, basically. I would tell myself, okay, today you'll get up and make the bed. Today you'll get up and clean something. Today you'll get up and make yourself breakfast, which I rarely eat breakfast. Today you'll go in the living room. Today you'll go walk to the mailbox. And day by day, it got better. I got better to the point where I was going to the living room. I was going out. I was going to my sister's house, going to my mom's house, just visiting people, visiting family, going outside, just taking walks. And then I was out of that little funk that I was in. But I wasn't thinking it was postpartum depression. So when doctors asked, or when nurses asked, how are you feeling, have you been going anything, I was just like, no, it's not postpartum depression. It's just this little funk that I've been in. It'll pass. But after having my second child, the postpartum depression, the baby blues, whichever one, I'm not sure which it was, it came automatically after I had him. Like, when I was in the hospital, the second day after my boyfriend and Jabari, they ended up going home because Jabari, he couldn't sleep in the hospital. He stayed up to like 4 in the morning because he's not good at sleeping in other places besides our bed. So my boyfriend and my son ended up going home, and it was just me and Javante in the hospital. And that's when everything hit me. Like, I have a baby, I have a second child now, and I felt sad because I felt like Jabari was gonna hate me for having a second child, and was gonna hate me because it wasn't just gonna be me and him anymore. Because I have a very strong bond with Jabari. I want to have strong bonds with all my children, but with Jabari, since he was the firstborn, I was really close to him. Like, he was a mama's boy. Like, I'm always holding him. We're with each other 24/7 every single day. He's never spent a night at anyone else's house. He's like, we're together every day. Everywhere I go, he's there with me. So we have a really close bond, and I felt like having a second child, that bond was basically just broken. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. That bond was broken, and he was going to be upset at me for having a second child, and he was basically just going to hate me. But I also was sad for Javante, because I felt like me and him, what if we never have a bond as strong as me and Jabari, because it was never just going to be me and Javante. But Jabari was here, so he was never going to feel that one-on-one mom-son bond. What's the matter? You see? So he was never going to feel that one-on-one mom-son bond that me and Jabari had, and he dealt with for 15, 14 months of his life. And so Javante was never going to have that where it was just me and him. And so I felt like Javante was going to hate me, and that me and him couldn't be close. And that just made me cry. Like, I was in the hospital room just crying. I mean, just bawling my eyes out. I haven't ever cried like that in a long time. I was crying like a baby. Like I was just crying uncontrollably to the point where I couldn't stop. I would try to like, okay, it's fine, but I couldn't stop it. It just like the tears were just like waterfalls just coming out, and I was like going to the bathroom, grabbing tissue and just wiping my face and wiping my eyes. I couldn't even eat anything. I just kept crying, and I really should have just asked for help. Talked to someone, a nurse, a doctor. They would have connected me with someone to help me and to talk to me. But I'm not big on asking for help. I've never been able to just ask someone for help. From when I was in school, when I couldn't raise my hand and say, oh, I need help with this question, or I have a question about this, I wasn't able to do that because I always felt like me asking for help was like a burden on other people, and I didn't want to ever be a burden on someone. I'm the type of person that I help everyone, but when it comes to me needing help, I felt like, oh, I don't want to inconvenience you, I don't want to burden you with my problems or my issues, which isn't good because that's what they're there for. Teachers are there to help you, answers, doctors are there to help you, nurses are there to help you. But with me, I was just like, I can deal with it myself. I'm a strong person. I can do it myself. But asking for help doesn't mean you're a strong person. Being able to ask for help actually makes you a stronger person to be able to, say, I need help in this moment. I know I can't do this myself. I need to ask for help. I feel like that makes you a stronger person than just trying to do all these big things by yourself. So I was just in the hospital room just crying, and nurses were coming in and asking me like, how you feeling, how you doing, just coming to check on me every couple of hours. And I would wipe my face after just crying, and I just said, I'm good, I'm fine, you don't have to keep checking on me, I'm good, I don't need anything, I don't need anything, why don't you go sit down, I'm good. And then they would leave out, and I just go back to just bawling my eyes out. And it's funny to think about, but in that moment it was not funny because I really should have asked for help, because I really do need help in that moment. It wasn't like I wanted to hurt myself or hurt any of my kids or anything like that, but I just felt like a sadness, like I was hated by both of them, and a part of me wanted to take Jabari and just run off, so it'd be just me and him again, because that's what I was familiar with. I didn't want anything to change. I didn't want that dynamic to change. But at the same time, I felt a sadness for even thinking that. Now that I have a second child, it wasn't his fault. That dynamic was ruined. It wasn't his fault that I felt that me and Jabari's bond was broken. It wasn't his fault, and I shouldn't have, had that mindset. So I felt sad for having that mindset. And so I was just crying. I don't even know how long I was crying. I just know I was just crying and crying and crying, and I was so sad, and I just wanted to go home. Fast forward like a day or so, I ended up being able to come home with Javante, and I felt like every moment I had with Jabari was going to be the last. I felt like those hugs, the kisses, him laying with me, him being on me, being around me, dancing with me, smiling in my face. I felt like all of that was going to change. Like I felt as Javante got older, or as Jabari noticed how much attention I was giving to Javante, he would be like, okay, you don't love me anymore. And I didn't want him to feel like I didn't love him anymore. So I would like hug him, and I would, in my mind, I felt like, oh, this is your last hug you're gonna have with him, because he's gonna hate you. He hates you, and this is your last hug. So enjoy it. Hug him tighter. Remember this moment, because you won't have any more of it, or you won't have as much time with him. And every moment just felt like the last, basically, when I spent it with Jabari. But as days went on, I realized Jabari was still Jabari. Jabari was still running around, screaming, laughing, playing, giving me hugs, following me around. When I'm going to the bathroom, he's in there right beside me, looking at me, smiling in my face. And that dynamic hadn't changed. And so I ended up talking to my boyfriend about it and telling him how I felt, like what was going on. Like, I feel like Jabari hates me, and I feel like me and Javante won't ever be close. Uh-oh. And that me and Javante will ever be close. And like, as I said it out loud, I realized how crazy and stupid I sounded. I mean, it was serious for me, serious for me, but when I said it out loud, it just felt like, what? Like, what are you even talking about? Like, sometimes you just need to say stuff out loud to realize how crazy it sounds and how silly it is to even think that my bond with Jabari, the bond of a year or so, could just be broken. And it wasn't. Jabari definitely was still Jabari. And I was still me. We just had another pumpkin in the pumpkin patch. But that doesn't change the pumpkin patch. It doesn't make the pumpkin patch less of a pumpkin patch because there's another one in it. It just adds more beauty to it. I don't even know why I use the example because I don't know where I'm going with it. But I just want to say that, like, if you ever feel like you're going through something, whether it's depression in general or anxiety, social anxiety, any type of mental disorder, or just feeling not yourself, I feel like you should talk to someone, whether it's your mom, your dad, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, psychologists, doctors, nurses, anyone you feel like would listen to you. Well, even if they don't listen, you just need to tell someone. And if that person doesn't tell someone else, and just keep telling people until you find someone that would actually help you. Because depression, postpartum depression, any type of depression, anxiety, mental disorders in general are not a joke, and it's serious. Like, it could make you stop your whole life. It can make you not want to do nothing. Depression, I feel like for me, I thought postpartum depression was when you try to hurt your child, or I thought that postpartum depression was when you try to hurt your child or try to hurt yourself, but that's not what it just is. Depression is not just, oh, I want to harm someone. It's sadness. It's not wanting to get out of bed. It's not wanting to do anything. It's feeling distant from your child or your other children. If you feel any of these type of symptoms, you should really talk to someone. Don't be an idiot like I was and just try to solve everything by yourself, especially when you have a child that you have to look after, or 2 children, 3, 4, 2 children. Really? Or 3 or 4 that you have to look after. You should talk to someone. If you feel any type of sadness or anger or anything, you should talk to someone because that's what they're there for. And I wish that while I was pregnant, I would have talked to someone about being in denial and not wanting to be pregnant at that moment because I felt like I wasn't ready to have my second child just yet. And I didn't get enough time to spend with Jabari just yet. He didn't get a long enough time being an only child. So I felt like I was in denial about being pregnant, which is why I didn't want to go to the doctors. I didn't want to go to the hospital. I didn't want to confirm my pregnancy, even though I had my little doubts about me being pregnant. But I was just brushing it off, thinking, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, when it was just pregnancy. And I feel like I knew from the beginning, but I just didn't want it to be true. And I wish I would have talked to someone about the denial that I was feeling, and then I would have had more ultrasounds, and I really do regret not doing that. That's one of my biggest regrets. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, guys. Bye! Bye!